the practice of bodhisattvas. In brief, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? With constant mindfulness and mental alertness, accomplish others' good. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. To remove the suffering of limitless beings, understanding the purity of the three spheres, dedicate the virtue for making such effort to enlightenment. This is the practice of bodhisattvas. For all who want to train on the bodhisattva path, I have written the 37 practices of bodhisattvas, following what has been said by the excellent ones on the meaning of the sutras, tantras, and treatises. Though not poetically pleasing to scholars, owing to my poor intelligence and lack of learning, I've relied on the sutras and the words of the excellent, so I think these bodhisattva practices are without error. However, as the great deeds of bodhisattvas are hard to fathom for one of my poor intelligence, I beg the excellent to forgive all faults, such as contradictions, non sequiturs. Through the virtue from this, may all living beings gain the ultimate, conventional, altruistic intention, and thereby become like the protector Chenrezig, who dwells in neither extreme, not in the world, nor in peace. Okay. Do we have other kids here today? Did you see? Okay. She was sitting so patiently. How old is she? 7. Unbelievable. She was sitting there so patiently. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's wonderful. All right. So good morning, everyone. And good to be back. Gretchen and I were chasing grandchildren last weekend. As the Masang family is moving from, pardon? Well, they moved now, yeah, from New Haven to Manhattan. Can you imagine living in Manhattan these days? There they are, nonetheless. So, good to be back. And quite a morning this morning. Khempo, as I understand it, so we have Chetsang Rinpoche's birthday celebration today.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the Great Wheel Days doing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And also, I didn't get it quite straight. We have this statement that His Holiness made entering his retreat.
Yeah, probably you should read. You have bring with you.
I think I have it. Yeah.
Maybe after first, I will introduce a little bit about
Okay. All right.
Four Noble Truths.
Yeah.
And 11 start for birthday celebration.
Okay.
And then you read statement of His Holiness. There are 2 pages.
Yeah. So we'll do like that. That's good.
Yeah, I think so. This will be good.
And we'll put a little context with it for you when we get to that point. I mean, I can only speak really from my own experience and, really stumbling, you might say, or having all of this dumped on the top of my head when no one was out there, if you're like me, looking for something called Drikung Kagyu lineage. For me, I wasn't even looking for Tibetan Buddhism, so that's how it works usually. But from your own inner needs, and it's actually your karma, wonderful things arise in your life, even if they're not recognized as such. So that's a really fantastic thing. But nonetheless, His Holiness will get to it after, as Khempo mentioned. So on the 2 heads of our lineage are in the top photo there, Chetsang and Chetsung Rinpoches, respectively. Drigan Chobgun is his title. And he escaped Tibet and has reestablished lineages. The lineage reestablished monasteries. I mean, Khempo worked for him, so to speak, or taught, got his training and taught at Janchu Bling, this monastery that was reestablished outside of Tibet in northern India. Just so much context. But the important thing to know is that His Holiness, some people say that some have said that he's the Dalai Lama. He's like the closest to the Dalai Lama, all the lineage heads. I don't know if that's true or just sort of propaganda, but what he's done is just remarkable. I mean, he left Tibet and they were in such reduced circumstances. Tibetans were living on U.S. Department of Agriculture excess food that we were like sending to India. And for a while, he worked in a McDonald's, I think either in Texas or Los Angeles. I can't remember. This incredible status. So he knows it from the top to the bottom. But then he's reestablished all of this. There would be nothing here today. He was the first Lama, I think, so auspicious to us. The Dharma Center founded, and the first one to come was the head of the whole lineage. We didn't even know what lineage meant. And he's been here several times since. But now he's starting his second 3-year retreat. He had one previously in his training, but now gives me the feeling that there's a sense of accomplishment, a sense that things have been established. When you look, you'll see with this letter the different places it's addressed to all over the world. So there's a kind of stability. One Buddhist monks living in Los Angeles in the 1930s said this is the age of like holding the lotus to the bare rock, trying to get it to take root, Buddhist teachings to take root. And that's not an easy thing. So this is really an extremely auspicious time that he's starting this 3-year retreat. I think it shows the confidence that he has in, the practitioners. So at any rate, he's been tremendous benefit to us and to my family, especially. I can't tell you. So, just wanted to give you a tip of the tongue taste of, we have these names that float around. And again, if you're like me, I couldn't keep Vajrasattva and Vajradhara straight, all these Sanskrit names. I can't even do the Tibetan ones. So we're in that kind of situation. And yet there's something that's so inherently human positive in the midst of this that in a way those names don't matter. Okay. All right. So practice this morning then, Khempo. What should we do?
Short teaching,
Mm-hmm.
as I mentioned before. And then 11 celebration for birthday. You read the both of letters
Okay.
from His Holiness message for all followers, all the followers of the Tikkun Kaju lineage. A general statement to understand any kind of situations. Okay, so good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Khempo.
Little bit mix up. Actually, good morning. Everyone need to say first right before I say something.
Right.
But anyway, actually, Buddha's first teaching day was last Monday. When he became the Buddha in India after 49 days, and he taught Four Noble Truths. Four Noble Truths, right?
Mm-hmm.
I believe you all know that Four Noble Truths, first, second, and third, and fourth. We all know the name of the Four Noble Truths, right? So we don't know each other. How many we can practice from four of them, right? We practice, we thinking about first noble truth, second noble truth, and third noble truth, and fourth noble truth, right? So Buddha sees and Buddha knows, Buddha understands this universal, or whoever, these samsaric beings, the most important thing is we all need to recognize the suffering, right? So far, we really don't realize or don't recognize which are suffering, what is suffering. So therefore, we just keep making mistakes and doing wrong things, right? So therefore, but the first, you need to know the truth of the suffering. The first is truth of suffering. And second thing is, you need to know cause of the suffering. The cause of the suffering is called the truth of origin.
Truth of origin.
Origin. Truth of origin. That means all the suffering come from. Source of the suffering is called the truth of origin. And third one is called the truth of path.
Truth of the path.
And the last one, truth of cessation.
Cessation.
Right? These four is a fundamental Buddhist teaching. And other name is called, this is Hinayana teachings. And or other name is called these Theravada traditions. And according Mahayana, it is called the moral ethics. It's same thing. Moral ethics, everybody know?
Moral
The
ethics.
three training of the mind, the first one called morality. Morality.
Morality or ethics, yeah.
Right? So the first teaching. So real, as Lord Jigten Somgon said, or their Buddha's old word or collective words, kanjur.
Conjure.
Both of Sutra and Tantra is called in Tibet kanjur. English not really right word yet. And the meaning is Buddha's text or Dharma. And the Sutra and Tantra, specific names. All the Dharma is not the Sutra and the Tantra. I mean, not Buddha's own word. So many Bodhisattvas commentaries and scholars of the Buddhist, the commentaries, such like Nagarjuna, Asanka, and Basmadhu, right? And Chantkirit, Dharmakirit, Shantideva, and Aryadeva, those all Indian scholars, the Nalanda scholars, University of the Buddhists in India.
These are the great commentaries. So the Buddhist is
Right.
not just the Sutra and the Tantra, the Buddha's spoken word, but the commentaries of these great enlightened bodhisattvas.
Right. All the commentaries is not called the Sutra and Tantra. Right? Because not by Buddha, the scholars and the Bodhisattvas. So Buddha only taught three Dharma teachings. And then three Dharma wheels. They call the three Dharma wheels.
Three Dharma wheels.
Everybody knows wheels, right?
Yeah.
Most of the people have car. If you have car, the car has wheels, right? If you really sit in the car, start, right? And then you drive, and then where the car bring you, and another location,
Right.
wherever you want to go. So the car bring to your destinations. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? And then similar, Buddha put their will, if you practice Dharma, and then Dharma will bring to you your destinations.
Mm.
So our destination is the same thing. All the sentient beings, the same destination, where the enjoyable and happiness level, that is our destination. Or today, tomorrow, doesn't even matter. Morning, evening, whatever, no matter. So our goal is to be happy and enjoying. Yes or no?
Mm.
So therefore, Dharma is like real.
Mm.
That means if you practice, if you study, well, little bit, but not really much helps. After study, you need to put into the action.
Mm.
Put into the action. Need to practice. You need to involve with your physical and most important, physical body and speech and mind with Dharma. So that is called the practice, right? Four Noble Truths.
Mm.
So therefore, first, the truth of suffering. So truth of suffering, everybody knows suffering. So Buddha say the suffering never come without cause and conditions.
Mm.
This you need to know. The suffering come from cause and conditions. So therefore, if you painful, unhappy, and suffering, you need to reflect, well, what is my pain for? Where is come from these things? What I did yesterday or last month, or maybe 2, 3 years before what I did. Or what I did this morning, if you're suffering now, what I did wrong something. So if you didn't do any wrong and bad things, you never get any suffering. That's for sure. Right? So therefore, when you realize in the suffering and painful, complicated problem, trouble, whatever the names, those all makes discomfort people, right? Any uncomfortable things, the for sure those uncomfortable things come from certainly something cause of the suffering.
Mm.
Right? So therefore, if you understand a little bit suffering and then you reflect this suffering, where it's come from. That is called the truth of origin.
Mm.
Right? Mhm.
Like as a human, because it's not necessarily caused by like
That's a necessary cause and condition.
so
Yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. Really. Even one is a Mongita Putra is already transcendent. First and second Bhumi already achieved. He falling down in the hell, had so many sufferings. If that means this is very important things. If you're transcendent once, and then you never make any mistake, that's for sure. But you have leftover of the suffering. You know leftover?
Leftover suffering still causes
Leftover.
still
Because
results come.
not yet purify you done. And then certain suffering things not really work by the convictions. So you need to really have experience, real experience.
Yeah.
For example, there are 5 things. If you kill the father and mother, so there's no chance completely you do whatever you do, the purification things. Nothing completely done. You will have experience, real your own body and mind suffering. Right? So many things. This is really, really the Four Noble Truths is very much related karmic systems. The karmic system. So for example, if someone has physical problem, we clearly understand if someone really killing the problem, that means most 99% because of alcohol. That's for sure, cause of alcohol. Right? And someone with previous life karmic effect in your any organs could be.
Mm.
Right?
Mhm.
If we eat too much like junk food, people becoming unhealthy. This is cause and effect.
But Kempo, I think this is a good question that Michelle has because, as you know, First Noble Truth is so profound. And even the Buddha, some people say, even like Western historians say, the Buddha was, they think, maybe trying to go back to his birthplace on his last travels. He was headed towards Kapilavastu or Lumbini, heading for Lumbini, but didn't make it that far. But he had a bad back. So the Buddha's transcendent, right? He's not experiencing any suffering, yet his body was breaking down. It's the result of his past actions, limited actions still there. So I think something that's really helpful for all of us is that First Noble Truth, it sounds, you read it, it sounds like, oh, this is, yeah, I can accept this. I do bad things happen. But when you can't see the cause, we live in a situation where we see the conditions. So I have some nasty person say something nasty to me, and I get angry, and I think he's the cause, but he's not. My potential to be angry, to be hatred, that's how I keep the wheel going. So the difficulty thing is when you can't see the cause, and that's where really confidence and faith comes in. Buddha said that of the 10 different difficult things to know, one of them is karma, to know karma completely. So we're in a state of not knowing, and that's why there has to be some degree of faith or confidence. But you get that confidence in seeing how people act when things go wrong. Tibetans lost their whole freaking country. And did they respond with terrorism, blowing people up, killing Chinese people? No. So it's just an amazing example, but it's not even in the news, so we don't even think about it anymore. So that's just one gross example, but I'm talking about personal examples. I mean, I was with Lama Tarchin once when someone stole some rare text that he had out of his car. No hatred, no resentments, no anything. So it's an extremely profound question, I think, that you have, and excellent. Sorry, Kempo. Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Also, if we have some painful in our physical body, like stomach issue, headache, whatever, people when get headache or stomach issue, people thinking about medicine, pharmacy, just only for painkiller, right? But reality, what we need to think, or what you did eat, what you did wrong yesterday, like your physicals. What are you drinking? What do you eat? That makes your stomach problem. You makes your headache and painful your like joints or whatever. And then, okay, for now, if you really are very for suffering, you can take tablet for painkiller. But next, best way is you try to avoid cause of your physical problems.
Mm.
If you last night you eat too much noodle soups, really, at this moment you definitely problem for stomach. And I don't really try to get that kind of noodle soups from Turkey. And then your stomach, no problem. That's for sure.
But Khempo, I've eliminated noodle soup from my life, yet I
Yeah,
still
what about
suffer.
no, everybody is not noodle soups effect. Different people's different organ systems and different karma very much related. And somebody eat the spicy, they get sick immediately. And somebody have the coffee, they get hey, right? All the doctors mention if someone has the blood pressures, blood pressure,
Blood pressure.
they say first don't have any coffee. If someone has diabetes, all the doctors mention don't sugar. That is cause and effect. That means you get suffering physical. So real, if we really good enough, according to Buddhism, both of Sutra and Tantra are physical. How much related with the external four elements. So many people, they don't recognize the body, bone, meat, blood, and breath is come from four elements. So when people, the very winter time, everybody say, keep warm. That means don't get sick. Because the external four elements not balance the temperature that affect your body. You understand?
Mm.
Huh? So special for in Tantra texts is very clear, also in the Tibet medical books, how we need to keep balance for external four elements and inner four elements. Huh?
The elements, yes.
The balance. If you keep balance, you never get any problem. That's for sure. Right? So people, we all the same, if very hot, weather, we go coffee shop, ice cream, ice coffee, right? All the ice. And then with the ice, feel a little bit for temporary happy, and then good enough. We never think what happened this evening or tomorrow. Yes or no? Right? And when people get so hungry, people eat whatever they had. I don't think they held. And then something happened. That means we lack of tolerance, lack of brave, unbearable, brave.
Okay, unbearable, yes.
Yes, lack of brave.
Lack of bearing. We can't bear it.
So just a little bit be patient. We say always each other, thank you very much, you're patient, right? Patient, you're for health. Patient, you're for comfort. But problem is when people comes emotion, and the people forget for everything, past, present, and future. People only follow the right moment feeling.
Mm.
That time we don't really recognize who am I, who you are. And then later, people understand, and then only left there regret.
Mm.
When you get unhappy and worry and suffer, and then you just think, oh, this is not really great. right? So, okay, anyway, almost the, I'll just, okay, so we need to, suffering, everybody knows right now, we don't have much time. I'm not really going to detail about that. Okay, maybe next sometimes, I don't know now. Okay, and second, truth of origin. There's very easy, I explain it very shortly and brief. Okay, you keep in the mind. The truth of origin is two different types. Very easy. If you're writing down and memorize, very helpful for you. And next time. That is called, in the Tibet, called the le or nyomo. Le is action and nyomo is negative emotions. These two things. Okay, easy. And the negative emotion only there basically or three roots negative emotions. Everybody knows ignorance, attachment, and anger. These three things source of all negative actions. You know negative actions? These three things. Very easy, simple, and very helpful. All the negative actions come from these three things. Maybe you too much attachment and then actions come. Maybe you too much anger, then actions come. If you're mad, you're showing the attitude. Right? If you're too dark for any kind of things and you make a mistake. If you too much attachment and then you keep doing wrong things. The making mistake, doing wrong things, and attitude, all of these are called the action. And these three things come from maybe ignorance, maybe attachment, maybe anger. They're easy, right? Le the nyomo in Tibet, le means action, nyomo is negative emotions. Only two things, the source of suffering. And then if you follow the three poisons, and then you're doing all the time wrong and mistake. And then you will get definitely suffering. That perfectly makes sense. Logically understand. And reasonable. If you study more deeper levels, you will more clear in your mind. As much you clear in your mind, you won't do any wrong things. You understand? So therefore, easy. These two things is called the samsaric causality.
Samsaric causality.
Causality. And the truth of origin and cause of the samsara. And truth of suffering and effect of the samsara. If we cannot be, if we cannot be able to avoid the first one, truth of origin, we keep taking rebirth in this samsara again and again. Okay? And the last two things. Truth of, what is it called? Truth of path. And truth of cessations. These two are called the causality of the nirvana. You understand what I mean? So that means if you practice the truth of path bring you cessation level. Cessation means stop to get suffering and stop completely to making the mistakes and doing wrong things. That means cessations. Stop. Everybody knows, everybody has car, stop sign, what this means. You cannot drive. So when you achieve the level of cessations, then naturally you will not do any mistakes, any wrongs, and they get suffering. Completely stop. So what is cause of the every bad thing stop level? cessation is cause of path.
Mm.
Very easy. Right?
Mm.
If you think this is not truth, and then you how to say, you study more.
Mhm.
If you get really proof or evidence, that is your final investigation. You understand what I mean? So therefore, the truth of path is two different types you need to know. One thing, okay, very easy, writing down something, okay, very easy, cause of the nirvana. If we say nirvana, people are more happy. Cause of nirvana and cause of Buddhahood and cause of the heaven palace and cause of the paradise is a truth of the path.
Path.
Right? Path or path. So many accents here, so confused.
Aluminium.
Yeah, really special American accents. So the three vowels:
Vowels.
A, E, I, O. It's only one sound. Sometimes. Really. In the A, B, C, D, everybody saying. Nobody say A, B. Everybody, universal people says A, B, C, D. O is correct. And then we are reading, it's totally different, right? Most O is just A. Coffee, office, right? Nobody say copy and office,
Office.
office. So many of the British English India, they're meditation because Tion.
Yeah.
And here say meditation. And A already. So for your many, they complicate, they just leave it. This is not really related today. So anyway, truth of path, two things. One is if you practice truth of path bring you to nirvana. Easy. And if you practice the truth of path, abandon all your negative emotions. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So now here, question, so what is the truth of path? We need to know. Right? There are 5 levels. How to say? Path of accumulation.
Path of accumulation.
First, and second one, path of joining.
Path of joining or application.
Yeah, and joining. Third one, path of seeing.
Seeing.
And path of meditation.
And meditation.
And path of non-meditation level. Non-meditation level means ending of the last Bhumi and Buddhahood and ultimate enlightenment. These are same meaning. And then you're done. Yeah, really, no need to do anything. No worry about money. No worry about transportations. No need to worry any for vegetables and groceries and clothing. Right? Nothing. There's no expectation and no fear. If someone who hasn't any expectations and fears, that is called the Buddha. We daily life with fear and expectations. Where more expectations and fear is come together, expectations. We don't know anything, but we feel tired and suffering. That means expectation making you worse and fear and both making you weird and heavy, you're mentally and physically. But we don't know yet. So Steve, we're talking, oh, I need to go to outside a little bit fresh today, I'm so tired, something. But real insight, too much expectations and fears, right? Buddha mentioned before, so all the sentient beings, or special for human beings, servant of the three persons. You understand what I mean?
Mm.
Huh?
Yeah, sentient beings are actually servants of the three poisons.
That's for sure.
We live in a
When your attachment comes, attachment says you get that,
yeah,
and
right.
we follow.
That's
Right?
That's wonderful.
Really.
Yeah.
And then expectation says, okay, you hopefully you can get, and then you more strong that thing. And then fear comes, oh, be careful, and then you let up tired. So that means we are really following and we listen to attachment. And when anger comes, anger says, you do like that, you say like this, you tell like that, you will happy, and then we do that. And then finally, we get suffering. At that time, anger not get suffering. You understand? So
Yeah.
therefore, for our always going to service for three persons.
I think
Okay?
this is very helpful, Khempo, because people often we sort of see in this that there's just one mind, you might say. In other words, people sometimes react like, oh, this when they hear about devotion and the idea of being devoted to Dharma, being devoted to a teacher, being devoted to a guru, it also the devotion is kind of scary. It sounds like like stupidity or something, or blind faith. It sounds like that. But what strikes me is that we're all practicing tremendous devotion all the time, but we're devoted to our afflictive emotions. I think somewhere, didn't Shantideva say it's like we put our anger on a throne and we're making offerings to it all the time. And they would say, oh, I don't do devotion. I mean, what we're changing is the object of the devotion. And the confidence is that the Dharma, the teacher, the Lama, whatever, that's actually our true nature reflecting. So we're actually taking devotion to our true nature. And how can there be any split in that, really? We perceive it as a split. So it's extremely skillful because we're already using devotion. We know how to do it. Hell bent for leather. So I think it's really profound what you just said. It just clarifies things. Thank you.
Right. So these things very important. So when was Buddha alive? Buddha only taught 3 times. That's called 3 wheels, right? At that time, people were Aryans, right? Onions. For
Onions,
listeners,
like onions.
Aryans.
The Aryan truths.
Yes.
Right? Noble
And
truths.
very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. They understand first teaching completely.
Yeah.
That moment, so many people achieved the cessation level. So many people in the one lifetime. And the Buddha clearly see 3 Dharma wheels can be able to bring to nirvana whoever want to practice. Therefore, only 3 wheel teachings. Right? So for now, unfortunately, how many teachings? 100, thousands. But still we are same thing. Doesn't change. That is not Dharma for being for. Because we know a lot of Dharma, but problem is we not really put into the action. So Dharma is like, like what is called, right? The golden jewelries.
Jewels.
Yeah, sometimes we show off, put here, it looks happy.
Yeah.
And then regulars in the box disappeared. So something like that. So if we really practice Dharma very helpful for individually. Buddha says if you practice Dharma, you're very helpful. They say you, even you not really benefit for others, it's okay. For you, totally different. Because when circumstances come, the many people cannot control with the suffering. Because they have no idea what you need to think, what need to do. But if you really enough the Dharma knowledge, when disaster comes and the bad circumstances come, you realize, oh, I understand. Buddha say like this is this, that is that. I need to be more relaxed and more calm down. No problem now, whatever Buddha says, in the teaching says. So many surround you and around you, so many problems going on, but your mind is peaceful and relaxed. That is what Dharma helps. You understand? Yeah, that's for sure. Okay. So, okay, almost they are over, sorry. And now I will tell you, everybody knows the ed path of fault,
Eightfold path.
ed fault path. You
No,
know?
probably not, Khempo.
Really?
Yeah, people know about the path. but-
Okay, maybe I will write here. No, I will read.
Yeah.
Okay, you're writing quickly, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The Noble Eightfold Path, right view,
Right view.
okay? And right intention, second. And third, right speech. And right action, fourth. And right livelihood,
Right livelihood.
and right effort,
Right effort.
and right mindfulness. And last one, right concentrations.
Mm.
This is right means similar perfection and correction. Not like human eyes, okay? Correction view and perfection view.
Mhm.
That means you trust karma, right? And you trust, believe the cause and effect because you have experience, you see reality. So here, little bit problem with is more risky for everybody. And of course, always a problem with the speech. Need to carefully, everybody, right? And the Tibetan idiom is slang. Slang says, this mouth is very difficult. This more difficult if you need to take care the 100 cows every day. The mouth taking care is much more difficult than take care of the 100 cows. Really, they say like this. Huh?
Right.
This is said the mouth, the shape of tingle. The mouth, the shape of tingle is a source of the all troubles. They say like this. Well, one of the Indian scholar also say like this. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so these this is for we can practice this ed
Eight.
path.
Eightfold path.
Eightfold path.
Yeah.
We can start today. And when transcendent completely, and we need to still practice these things.
Mm.
This is called the Noble Eightfold what noble what
Noble Eightfold path. Yes.
Noble Eightfold path.
If I may, Visa, MasterCard, LE.
What's it?
What's that?
Visa, MasterCard, LE.
What do you mean?
Visa, MasterCard.
You're talking about a bank card?
Yeah, Visa, View,
Oh,
Visa, MC, MasterCard, LE.
Oh, those are the letters.
Those are the letters.
Remember the
Visa,
Eightfold Path.
MasterCard, yeah.
It's a remembering trick so you can remember the first letters. V, Visa, MasterCard, LE.
And then LE.
Yeah,
Right.
Visa is view. MasterCard is
Meditation and
Oh. You-
concentration.
yeah, but you got them in different order. That confused me.
It's actually the order Khempo spoke in.
M?
Okay.
All right.
I have no idea what you say really, because this is kind of poetic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? So I'm zero poetic, especially for English. I a little bit study the Indian poetry and Tibet poetry, but I'm not really English like special for abbreviation.
Abbreviations.
This
That was
is
taught
very
me by a Theravadan monk.
What?
That was taught by a Theravadan monk. So,
Or Theravada monk.
Theravadan monk
Who is
Taught.
Theravada monk?
taught us the Visa, MasterCard, LE.
No, who is Theravada monk? Where is he?
He's in Uganda.
Where? In India?
Uganda.
India?
Uganda.
In India?
No, he's in Uganda.
Where is he?
African country called Uganda.
Oh, okay.
Many Indian people live there, actually.
He actually
Okay.
just received his PhD.
All right. In brief, now also the what is called path 4.
Eightfold Path. Yes.
Eightfold path is you're done.
Yeah.
Thing, and then how many things you can be able to practice. Okay. So if we go deeper, it takes a long time. But I'm just in brief say this is White Lotus refuge card. Before we put here Buddha's teaching, 3 teachings here. So the first line say, do not evil whatever. This is the topic of the 4 Noble Truths. Okay? This is Hinayana's path.
Mhm.
People say like this. And this is the first training of the mind. Okay? And second is called the practice virtue perfectly. This is second teaching of the Buddhas in the India. And also this is Bodhicitta's vow.
Mm.
Okay? Say practice virtue perfectly.
Mhm.
Okay? And the last one is called the tame your mind
Tame your mind.
completely. This is last teaching,
Third turning. of
last
the wheel.
one. Okay? And the last Sunday I told here 3 vows. The Theravada vows, the Mahayana vows, and the Vajrayana vows, right? And the first one, do not evil whatever is Theravada vows, Hinayana vows. And the second one, practice virtue perfectly, Mahayana or Bodhicitta vows. Okay? And the last one, tame your mind completely is Vajrayana vows. These words come from Sutta.
Mm.
That's why we put here. So very easy. Then in the final conclusion word here say, this is the teaching of the Buddha. Here, Tantra, Sutta, both here. Hinayana, Mahayana, Vajrayana, everything here. 3 training of the mind, morality, right? Morality, concentration of wisdom here. 3 vows, Hinayana vows, Mahayana vows, Vajrayana vows here, and 3 teachings here. Pretty easy. Try to remember. Very helpful. In the morning, you think, do not evil, whatever. How it helps when you're going to the office before? Whatever you're meeting people, do not evil, whatever. Whatever is very big word. Right? If you do something evil, evil makes you suffering, therefore don't do. They say like this, Buddha say like this. If you do now evil, maybe you're happy, but later they kill you. That's the reason. Right?
Mm.
So we don't know now because we have lots of ignorance.
Mhm.
Ignorance covered, like bad weather, storms, right? Covered the sun. Similar. And then if you really do not evil anything, and then what you can do? You can practice virtue completely. That means you can help others. This is very profound. If you want to help for others, first you need to do one thing because you need to avoid harming others.
Mhm.
If you cannot harming, if you cannot be able to avoid the harm others, if you say I helping others, this is a contradiction.
Mhm.
So therefore, Buddha first important things, the Theravada tradition. Oh, now it's too much, sorry.
Mhm.
Okay, in brief like that, okay, short break. And then now I was noticed a little bit, but not done half and half yet, but it's okay. Thank you, and short break. And then practice and celebration His Holiness.
Yeah, yeah.
And then,
Okay.
thank you.